Well, the Owens Valley Committee issued a press release earlier this week outlining its concerns about the Lower Owens River Project. Now, that press release states that the Owens Valley Committee has been working for over 30 years to protect our valley. Owens Valley Committee has legal standing along with 6 other parties for oversight of the Lower Owens River Project, known as the LORP. And LORP is mitigation for the seeps, springs, plants, and animals destroyed or harmed when the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power put in a second aqueduct and pumped groundwater to fill it. Now, as part of the LORP, the LADWP should, according to the Owens Valley Committee press release, adaptively managed to meet the goal of a healthy river. Now, the press release continues that for the past few years, the LORP consultants that study the river have suggested an experiment to change the water flows of the river, and in doing so, hope that oxygen levels will improve. LADWP should be doing adaptive management, that press release states, as recommended by these consultants. However, the press release notes the LADWP has refused to proceed with this adaptive management recommendation unless the amount that they are permitted to pump out of the river at the pump back station is increased from the mandated 50 cubic feet per second to 75 CFS, and the required lower limit of 40 CFS is decreased to 25 CFS. Now, the press release states the Owens Valley Committee is concerned with the health of the entire Owens Valley, and we want to prevent the LORP from being a method for the LADWP to export more water from our valley. That press release continues, although we believe the LORP is still in its youth and it remains to be seen how it will naturally evolve, the Owens Valley Committee Board of Directors voted to submit conditions that, if accepted by the other Memorandum of Understanding parties, it would allow the Owens Valley Committee to consider flow revisions. These are the conditions that the Owens Valley Committee submitted to the other MOU parties. Cap the amount that the pump back station can discharge per water year into the aqueduct at the average amount of the last 6 years, 30,700 acre feet per year. Include a statement that the modifications to the LORP flow regime will not result in increased export of water from the Owens Valley. If DWP seeks to drill new wells and/or drills new wells on the east side of the aqueduct or north of Owens Lake, the agreement terminates automatically. Also, DWP and the Inyo County Water Department must apply for grants to do a feasibility study on the conveyance issues in the Lower Owens River Project and improving the Alabama Gates outlet. That Owens Valley Committee press release continues. Results of the experiment must be reviewed annually by the MOU parties, and complete water quality data and any other data must be provided at the time of the annual review. If, after the first year, water quality has declined significantly, this experiment will be called off and the flow regimes will resume according to the stipulation and order. Other aspects of the agreement, however, will continue, including the feasibility study of conveyance issues in the LORP. Augmentation of the flow at points below the intake will be utilized in order to increase O2 concentration. Language must be included that defines the conditions that would prevent the experiment being conducted for the second year, such as the volume of water able to be retained in Tinnemaha Reservoir or amount of flow in the Owens River above the intake. And finally, anticipated results or goals will be defined in order to determine the success or failure of the experiment, and those results or goals will be included in the agreement. This will permit the MOU parties to determine whether the flow modifications should be continued or terminated. And that full press release is on our website, sierrawave.net. And I guess that takes us to a new event. Deb Murphy writes that thousands of birds, avocets, phalaropes, sandpipers, and herons will be using the Owens Lake as a migratory rest stop this spring. Friends of the Inyo and its partners are planning on those birds attracting visitors as well, both avid and amateur birders, to Lone Pine for the first Owens Valley Bird Festival, set for April 24th and 25th. Now, Mike Prather, a festival organizer, featured tour leader, and Lone Pine resident, can attest to the quality of the Owens birding experience. Prather said, quote, "I've traveled all over the world to view wildlife, and this is as good as it gets. It's a premier sight," end quote. Now, registration is open on the Friends of the Inyo website, or you can call 760-873-6500. Now, registration is limited to 120. Friends Executive Director Laura Beardsley explained the relatively low number was chosen to keep things simple and manageable in its first year, and will also enhance the experience as each of the 10 tours Saturday morning and afternoon will be limited to 12 birders. Beardsley said, "We want to showcase Owens Lake shorebirds and highlight Lone Pine and Southern Inyo County." Now, the plan? Hopefully, the festival will grow over the next few years. Now, the festival will start Friday, April 24th, with a reception and short film at the Lone Pine Film History Museum. The Saturday field trips range from Cartago Springs to Lower Cottonwood Canyon, with topics on bird identification and photography basics, aquatic habitats, and more. Partners with Friends of the Inyo are the Eastern Sierra Audubon Society, the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, the Eastern Sierra Interpretive Association, Inyo County, Metabolic Studio, and Audubon, California. Tickets $35 for adults, $20 for students, and looks like children under 12 get in free. That includes a reception, continental breakfast, lunch, and the tours. Again, you can check out the website, friendsoftheinyo.org, or call 760-873-6500, the first Owens Valley Bird Festival. All right, we'll stay with an event coming up in Southern Inyo County. It's the 4th annual Alabama Hills Day. Now, that is set for Saturday, April 11th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Lone Pine. A press release notes the purpose of the event is to celebrate the scenic landscape and educate the public about the wide variety of groups and activities that access and interact with the Alabamas. Now, over 30 exhibitors will be lending their support for the Alabama Hills at the building, the Convention Center at 325 South Main Street in Lone Pine. Lone Pine Film History Museum will host a variety of exhibits, films, and lectures for the general public to enjoy, be educated about this fantastic natural landscape. Various interpretive tours, field trips, and a stewardship event will also be taking place in the Alabama Hills themselves. Now, the Alabama Hills Stewardship Group inviting the public to participate in this special event. Adults and children are welcome. Attendance is free. Bring your family and friends. Show your support for the Alabama Hills, and the press release notes enjoy a unique learning experience. Also, that press release notes that the Alabama Hills Stewardship Group is committed to the stewardship of the Alabama Hills and partnering with the Bureau of Land Management to protect what they call the jaw-dropping beauty of this semi-primitive landscape, with continued access for such diverse groups as hikers, motorists, photographers, rock climbers, campers, and fishermen, as well as allowing important economic activities like commercial filming, cattle grazing, and hunting to continue. Balancing all these needs, the press release notes, is what makes the Alabama Hills so special to so many people and necessitates its protection. That's the fourth annual Alabama Hills Day, Saturday, April 11th. For more information, you can contact Kevin Mizzou, the Vice President of the Alabama Hills Stewardship Group, 760-937-1189, or online, alabamahillsstewardshipgroup.org. We'll be back with a weather report.